Are you serious? Are you serious? The world leaders are flocking to this year's United Nations General Assembly. But one name, one man will not be attending, and that is Russian President Vladimir Putin. But the high-speed patrol boats are skimming across the East River. The New York Police Department's mobile canteens will soon arrive, serving coffee and donuts. A marquee has been erected on the driveway of the United Nations to deprive potential snipers of a line of sight as world leaders lever themselves out of their limousines. Even inside the headquarters building, blue partitions have been put up, presumably and respectfully to be used for the leaders from journalists who would work here day in and day out. With some 140 heads of state governments scheduled to attend, a record-breaking number of leaders week at the United Nations is like no other. 140 world leaders are coming. One place that hoarding have been dismantled is the renovated auditorium where the UN General Assembly will gather, which could hardly look more spectacular. Now gone is the tar and the nicotine that was caked onto the gold leaf wall that forms the gilded backdrop to the podium. Gone also are the ashtrays at the desk where diplomats used to put out their cigarettes and cigars. This is no longer a smoke-filled room, even if critics of the UN would argue there's no shortage of hot air, and the General Assembly is little more than a talking shop long ago. Things have changed, folks. The UN now is the platform for the new world order, the world governance. The beast is rising before our very eyes. And who will be here speaking? Well, this year there will be, without question, a lot of people watching to see who's going to give responses and speeches. We know that Iranian President Hassan Rouhani will speak again like he did last year. Also, there will be President Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, the new president of Egypt. Also, Prime Minister Tony Abbott of Australia. India's Modi will speak. Also, Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. I can't wait to see what he's got to say. But not Vladimir Putin. So Poroshenko will speak for Ukraine, but Putin is not coming to speak on behalf of Russia. The Russian president could have came. He was allowed to come, but he's been barred from the recent G7 summit because of Moscow's annexation of Crimea. So he decided not to come to the United Nations. Now also, President Obama will be addressing the Assembly on Wednesday. He will chair a meeting of the Security Council to address the growing problems of foreign fighters in countries like Iraq and Syria. I don't even know if a sitting president has ever chaired the Security Council of the United Nations. I'm going to have to go back and do some research. Maybe some of you that are listening to this video, maybe if you know the answer to that, please type in there who it is. Has there ever been an American president chair a meeting of the Security Council at the United Nations? They're going to talk about Iraq and Syria. Also, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will convene a meeting on Ebola crisis. Also, climate change is one of the main topics. And so is Ebola, and so is the war in Iraq and Syria because of ISIS. So there's a lot going to go on. There will not be a Vladimir Putin, President Obama moment. There is going to be a lot of tension as what I'm seeing is Russia is distancing itself from the rest of the world as it tries to reform a new alliances with China and Iran and other nations in these last days. Folks, the beast is rising. The new world order, the spirit of the Illuminati, is commingling with the spirit of radical Islam and the rise of a one world religion. Keep your eyes open. Get your heart right with God. And give your life to Jesus Christ. We're in the last days. We're getting ready to see a time like never before. God bless.